Holo Chronicles.
Continue with the operation. Unit 5 and ready.
Welcome to episode 49 of the Holo Chronicles podcast. I am Andy.
And I am Joshua.
Josh, the good golfer, Josh.
Oh, no. Enough.
Well,
Go on. Enough. How's it going?
really, really good. Fun show today.
Yeah, I think so. I'm
And,
excited.
By the way, we are live tonight.
We are live.
The chat is already perking up just a little bit in there. We are part of the Beyond the Blast Doors network, where you can find 6 days a week all of your Star Wars content needs.
Mm-hmm.
We are the Monday slot. And
What'd you call me?
was that? And on Mondays, what you're going to get from us is you're going to get a podcast and a little review on someone's collection. Where can you find that, Josh?
Well, you can find that in a number of places. You can obviously find it on our Twitter account, @HoloChronicles, #ShowMeYourCollection. And you can find a really nice write-up by our friend Andy over there, right there on BeyondTheBlastDoors.com, where you can view and even play along tonight if you'd like to. Although we'll put it up on the screen for you, so no need. Just sit back, relax, and let us take the throttle. Or what was it? The yoke.
The yoke.
Yeah, we'll go with yoke.
Okay. The joystick.
Speaking of yoked, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. No.
No, BeyondTheBlastDoors.com. You can find all of our podcasts for the network there and various articles that get put up from week to week.
And hey, we just had a subscriber, J Rap. Thank you for subscribing to the network. We appreciate it.
All right.
That's pretty cool.
Wrap.
Now, that might be a first, like we've got this new alert system that tells us things, and so we've never been able to shout out a subscriber, so thanks a lot.
I'd also like to shout out Vader's Girl 28, who won
Ooh.
Friday night's streaming Star Wars Mandalorian trivia night.
Yes.
So nice job.
Yeah.
Nice job, Vader's Girl. That
That
was actually pretty fun.
She was rather insulting, though. That's what I will say about her.
She kept popping up with
She
sound
did.
bites.
Just kept insulting her other contestants.
That
No,
was
actually, there was a sound drop Pete Fletzer was playing that was eerily similar to her voice. So
Yeah.
it sounded like she was. What was that? I don't even know what the voice.
It was Ahsoka.
Ahsoka. There
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
Who is also another one of Vader's girls.
A nice compliment.
Yes.
To be compared to Ahsoka.
So Matt, also in the chat, Matt is our most recent patron subscriber.
That's awesome.
So Matt joins us at the director level, which is what I like to call a cheeseburger a month club.
Hey.
So for $5 at the director level, you can support 6 podcasts. And there are other levels there. Go to patreon.com/beyondtheblastdoors. If you're interested in supporting the network or just us,
Yeah.
doesn't
Whoever
have
you
to
want.
be the network.
We'll
Yeah.
take the $5. Just call us. Just put a tag on it for Andy's cheeseburger.
Dibs.
Dibs.
All right. But thank you, Matt, for doing that. He's, our most recent. And without patrons like Matt and Nick and Rick, hey, Rick,
Yeah.
it would be a lot harder to do what we do. So thank you for that.
We just had a cool patron or Patreon, whatever, patron on Patreon boardroom chat, which was a lot of fun.
Yes.
Up close and personal with some of the members of the network. So if you're interested in that, if you want to Zoom while we all look a little disheveled, then you should join right away for $5. You got to see that once.
Yes, and also Nick and Mark also in the chat. Hello to those guys.
Yeah,
and
thanks for
anyone
joining
else
us.
that's joined us but hasn't commented yet.
Yep.
So good to see everybody in there. Josh, we're gonna get this rolling right off the bat with.
Show me your collection.
Very nice.
This week's hashtag Show Me Your Collection comes from the UK. Another one of our UK brothers from across the pond. His name is Tez Rowland.
That's a cool name.
It is a cool name.
What is Tez? Is that short for something?
Tasmanian Devil.
I'm sure he's never heard that.
We were right.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
were right there on that.
Yeah.
No, but Tez is one of the Palaboys that you can find on YouTube Tuesdays and Fridays with a host of other lads, and they talk all kinds of vintage toys, but specifically Star Wars. There's always some Star Wars content in there. And Tez posted up some pictures for us. And what we like to do here is just kind of go through these collections that people like to share with us so that we can share with everyone else what everyone's into. And we get a lot of enjoyment out of that. We get some ideas out of that sometimes. Sometimes we get some envy.
Right.
We're like, you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? Side note, Josh.
Okay.
You know how you like to say, one thing about being in a little collector group like we're in our town.
Right. Speaking of which, we've got
shout out to the BMB.
Yeah, we got a BMBer in the room right now with the 5 with the Trev.
Yes.
He's here, so
Trev.
that's good. Yeah, representing
the 5-0. Yes.
Yeah.
But one thing that you like to say is like, well, what Andy gets is sometimes different than what I get, and
Right.
and I like to enjoy what Andy has in his, and he can enjoy what I have in mine. And there's no competition there, as there can sometimes be like, oh, he got that. Well, I need to one up him, There's no competition. We can just enjoy.
There's zero competition. I mean, is your blue snaggle graded? Anywho,
Shots.
Ooh.
Just early out the gate.
Yeah.
I don't know what I did to deserve that.
I'm joking. There is no competition, and I completely agree with you. It's a very easy way for me with my envy or the anxiety of not owning that to kind of tamp it down a little bit and be like, hey, you know what? Other than Andy, a reason to go over to Andy's house and check it out, and see what he's got and look at it, touch it, love it, not touch it, depends on what it is, and
most of my stuff's out of the box, so
Yeah.
we can
hands on.
yeah, we can I won't say we can touch it, but we can definitely
Take it out and play.
take it out. Anyway, all that to say, what our main topic is for the day. I saw it, somebody else had it, and I thought
Envy.
it will be mine.
So take everything we just said and
Yes.
throw it out the window
Yes.
because Andy.
Now I will say this, Josh, if you would have gotten it, I may not have.
Okay. I believe you.
So
I don't believe you, but I believe you. This is your area, though. This is one of your passions, something that you have. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Let's leave it.
back to Tez. Yes, definitely back to Tez here.
Ready to share? I've got it locked and loaded.
All
Put
right,
it up on the screen.
post it up.
Here
Yeah,
it
post
comes.
it up. All right, Tez Rollins Vintage Figure Review. Now, Tez does have a YouTube channel of his own called Roland Reviews.
Nice.
Go ahead and subscribe to that. And he posts I love his tagline it's on his Twitter, which is at Tesmondo74.
Oh, Tesmondo. That's his full name.
That's his full name.
I get it.
Tesmondo Roland.
There it
I
is.
think that's what it, yeah.
Tesmondo.
Must be. His tagline for his social media, we'll say,
Mhm.
is my plan is to review all the toys that I had when I was a kid. I hope it takes me years.
Right. That's a good tagline.
God, it's great. I
It
love
is.
it. And
And
you'll
now
see,
we're reviewing his toys, which he's probably reviewed, which
Yes.
is just, redundant, but
Well,
worth it.
Tez is a unique guy, right? I've listened to him a few times on the Palaboys. Super nice guy. We've chatted back and forth a few times. But you can tell he's a creative dude.
Right.
Not just because he has a creative name.
That's right.
But if you look at the pictures that
Oh,
were,
that was my comment.
oh,
No, it's fine. No, I was going to say, I can tell he's creative because the pictures are just very well done. That's a high quality lens. Nice little aperture going on there. We got a little blur in the background. You're probably going to say more about his styling as far as how he sets them up, but I appreciate how well 3PO looks in this image right there. It just looks sharp. And that's a vintage 3PO with the little creepy Jawa right behind him.
Yeah, it looks clean.
It does. Sorry, what were you going to say?
No, that you've led right into it. The pictures that he sent were pretty great. And I think you'll appreciate his creative eye and how he's
Sure.
getting the best version of his vintage figures on screen.
And do we have a collector tip today? Can I give one?
Sure.
So this is a perfect example. This is a collector tip on kind of the other side. If you're not the collector, but you're the person selling part of your collection, is take high quality pictures. Now, most of the newer phones can do this kind of really, I don't know, stylistic picture. And the reason I say that is there was a person, we reviewed him, I don't know, 20 pods ago, who I purchased something from. I actually purchased Boosh from him, that. And his pictures are like this. So when you see them, instead of, a figure laying on a table and then stood up, and side to side and show the weapon, he puts them into dioramas almost. And he'll sell a complete diorama as opposed to just Yoda. You get Dagobah. And it's a fantastic way to really motivate your product, so to speak. So that's a reverse collector tip. It's when it's providing for the collectors, but take nice pictures because it'll catch the eye of someone who's like, oh, maybe doesn't have the same creative talent that Tez does, and will go, oh, I can see that now in my collection.
Yeah.
There you go.
And all it is just a hair more time.
Yep.
And it makes a world of difference.
Use the portrait mode on an iPhone, and you can get those really cool looking
filters.
Yeah, for your toys there. There you go.
Definitely there. So
bonus collector tip.
Josh, go ahead and scroll down there. Now, there is a little video clip there where he goes and he it's in the article. I won't spoil that. Go read it and then go watch that video. But we're not going to watch it right now. But go ahead and click on the gallery.
Okay. Is that down here? So what was I going to say? Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, just click on there.
Look at that. I just love that picture. I mean, R2's scope is a little mangled, but that is just
great.
Glorious. It's got a little HD effect on there, or HDR.
It's in both of the figures in it are in a mini rig, which is cool.
It's just gorgeous. Wow. I'm going to keep moving.
Okay, do it.
Wait for the load. This little slave one. Now, this might be, no discredit to Tez, but this is kind of your standard eBay picture right here, where you're just like, here's the top of slave one. But that's beautiful, too. Look at that. Keep going, Andy.
Keep it moving.
All right.
Keep it moving.
All right. Oh, look at those gentlemen.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know what I like about them? They look really comfortable. This guy's going,
oh,
yeah.
John's in the chat. He has a bummer statement. He said he sold his childhood on eBay in 2000. Not a great move.
John.
Well,
another patron right there. John,
even though you made that decision in 2000, you could always make the decision to get it back.
That's right.
We're here to help.
That's where the B&B came from, too, by the way, was just a recapturing of our childhood via credits. It was good. It was good. It was fun, too. Next picture right here.
This picture's got a little bit of De Niro behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of moolah.
Yeah.
We got the lovely yak. Right, we got a Barada. We've got the Boosh Leia and some of the
guard Gamorrean in the back, and then the box behind the throne.
Yeah.
Just flexing a little bit. Like, hey, you want to put this away? I got the box.
Yeah. Well, not only am I going to put two really awesome figures at the foreground.
Yeah.
But in the background, we're just going to tease you with a little bit of the corner of the Return of the Jedi and the Jabba box.
Yak looks pretty clean, too.
Yep.
It's nice. Okay, next one. Beautiful.
Yep.
Look at him. Nice little skirt.
So much better than a figure laying on the ground.
Max Rebo. There's nice noodles.
And the Max Rebo band.
That's right.
With the box, again.
Flexing up. Gorgeous. Very nice vintage items. A very nice collection. Little Lando. looking good.
Wait, is that Lando? I can't tell.
I can't tell either. I couldn't tell in the movie either until he lifted up his helmet. I don't know, to get a better view, something. Salacious.
You want to do your salacious?
I don't.
Okay.
Everyone's had enough. Oh, there's Yak. Oh, let's just pause and appreciate the Yak face, the vintage Yak face.
Vintage Yak face. Quick history on Yak face. Yak face is briefly seen in the Return of the Jedi in Jabba's palace, and that figure was never sold in the United States. So he is considered, variants aside, like the vinyl cape Jawa
Right.
or a double telescoping Luke.
Right.
Variants aside, he is probably the most expensive loose figure.
Yeah. Him and Blue. Blue's right behind it. Blue Snaggle.
Blue Snaggletooth. One in good shape. I'd say same condition. I'd say the Yak face is probably going to go for a little bit more.
Now, Tez and the Palaboys, the Yak face is just laying around over there.
Right, over in Europe. There's
everywhere.
I mean,
You got a
people
Yak
throw
face
them
on
away.
every
Oh, I
corner.
stepped on another one.
Oh, blimey. Another Yak face, and they throw him out. Blimey. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah. But over here, not so much.
Yeah, they're a little tough to come by, and when you do, they are not cheap.
Nope.
So,
All right. What else is here?
what else is
Little
cooking
boosh
here?
action.
very nice. I always thought that weapon that she came with was very impractical.
Well, Leia, I mean, she could.
It's taller than she is.
And also just got something on the bottom that
Yeah, that's
doesn't. No, I don't know. I mean, if you hit someone, if you can get contact, they're going down. But,
Yeah.
but swinging it might be the issue. Squid face. Squid face's hands always creep me out. Even
yeah,
as
they're
a kid.
massive hands. What species is squid face? Put it up there in the chat.
Yeah, it's a great question.
You see what Mark said?
What did he say?
That's what we say, Josh. Blimey, another yak face.
Well, finally, we have some representation from the UK here.
Yeah. Well,
to confirm.
I mean, he is from the UK, but he lives in North Carolina.
I know, but to confirm
they're not everywhere over in North Carolina.
they probably are not. Just to confirm my perfect accent and also, all the terms that I accurately put out there.
Yes. And he also followed up with squid face is one of the Quarren.
Oh, well,
He is correct.
he is correct. Get on here, shabby geek.
All right, a man. Another one of the last 17, briefly seen again in Jabba's palace in the Return of the Jedi. Weird looking. Impractical arms it's kind of like a full human-sized puppet.
Mm-hmm.
The arms
Yeah.
are
Broomsticks.
broomsticks with hands. Anyway,
I have to be honest, full confession. I never remember seeing him in Jedi, so now I got to go look for him.
oh, it's brief.
Yeah, well, so is Yak Face. I saw him, but I never saw a Man. And how can you get this figure? How did you get it originally? Didn't this only come with the Droid Factory?
No,
or the
no,
dungeon, Jabba's dungeon, or whatever.
Not only, but it did come with a
Right.
version of Jabba's
Right.
dungeon playset
Right.
with EV-99 and Barada.
Okay,
Came with 3 last 17 figures.
that's why I have you, bro.
All right. That's Mr. Snoodles.
Yeah, he's piping away. All right, let's rip through. There she is. She's gorgeous. I do hate that they changed that part in Jedi in the
Where she wasn't the main singer.
yeah. Whatever they did, I just liked her as a puppet because her little legs.
Yeah.
I think they digitized her. And I haven't seen that in a long time. There's old Max. Looking good.
Yeah. Ready to jam.
That's the end. That's
Okay.
it. So that's Tez's collection.
Well, thanks, Tez. And remember, you can find Tez on Twitter at TezMondo74. And you can find him on YouTube. He's got his own channel called Rowland Reviews. And Rowland sounds, it's spelled the way it sounds.
That was up on the screen there. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good.
So thanks. Thanks. And we have one more lined up next week for hashtag Show Me Your Collection. But if you have a collection that you would like us to feature, then get a hold of us on Twitter, DM us, or email us at holochronicles@gmail.com. And we would love to do that. Like I said, we've got one more loaded for next week, but then I got to go start pounding the pavement for the next one.
Yeah. I will say, again, I love Tez's representation of his collection. Makes me want to hire a photographer to come and take pictures of mine so I can just scroll through them at night.
Your figure porn.
All right. In the morning. Scroll through them in the morning. But yeah, there you go. So thanks for sharing your collection. And what do we got next, Andy?
Okay, our main topic for today, and I don't know how long this is going to take us, Josh, but
you're lucky if you're here live with us and in the chat, because this is a pretty good one. And
okay,
some of our patrons already know because we gave them a sneak peek, but
another benefit.
John agrees, even better in the morning.
If you've been following along with us the last couple pods, you know that I sold a G.I. Joe lot for a lot more than I was anticipating. And because of that, I had some fun money to spend on whatever I wanted to Star Wars wise.
Right.
This was just part of my collection money. You know,
Separate account.
the wife doesn't know about it.
Right.
She doesn't need to know about it.
Watching right now. No, that's the truth. She's not watching.
No, but I did tell her about it because I was so excited. But anyway, it did allow me to make a few purchases that I wouldn't have been able to do otherwise.
Right.
And
or that weren't even on your radar. I mean, they were on your distant radar, but all of a sudden.
These are things that I love
Sure.
and hope to have someday, but then all of a sudden I could get them now. And it was like, all right, I just got to find the right one. So
Christmas in August.
Yeah, so awesome. So for the longest time, this item, I didn't even know it existed, right?
Right.
And if you looked at the title of the podcast, then you know that what we're talking about here is a Death Star playset made by Palitoy.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a Canadian Kenner version that is made out of the same Palitoy style. And then there's the Kenner American version that is like the 3-storied wedge of a Death Star.
Right. That's the one I have.
Right.
Yeah.
And actually, I have that too.
I mean,
and
we have, yeah.
It's a lot more common.
Sure.
Many more of those were sold. And those are made out of plastic. They do have a couple of cardboard pieces that slide in.
Yep.
But the Palitoy or the Canadian Kenner versions is almost exclusively cardboard.
Well, they hadn't invented plastic in Canada yet, so
It was still getting there.
Yeah.
It was still getting there.
Just kidding. They were already more environmentally conscious
without
the 70s,
even knowing it
in the 80s or 70s. Yeah.
So anyway, the long and short of it is I was able to purchase a Canadian Kenner Canadian Kenner Death Star playset.
Right.
And it is beautiful. It is in wonderful condition. It really kind of came on my radar a few months ago when we talk him up all the time. One of the Palaboys, Mark at Star Wars Toy Pod, he bought parts of one and is going through the restoration process, getting the pieces, and he's doing it. The way he's going about it is very cool.
Right.
Buy at a lower price, build it up, fix it up, and he babies that thing, and it's a really cool process that he's going through. I just wanted to buy one that was complete.
Right. You just leapfrog that whole process.
Well,
with all the cash you had rolling in.
Yeah, with all the cash. What I didn't want to do is these parts and pieces don't come up.
No.
Every day. A couple of them don't. And so while at times I can be very patient, this is not something that I wanted to be patient for.
Okay.
So I bought one. And here's what we're going to do. I'm going to walk around with the remote camera because I have it sitting right here. And Josh, you can comment, and I'll be off mic, but maybe you'll still be able to hear me and stuff. But we're just going to walk around and look at it first. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about how we know it's a Canadian Kenner versus a Palitoy Death Star playset, because there's a couple of telltale.
Oui.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go. Get your butt up.
Here we go.
Here we go. Andy's going off mic. It's just me. You can hear him in the background, breathing heavily. Yeah, there you go. All right, I'm adding to the stream. I'm going to pull you out. All right. Okay, back it up. Back it up. Get us the full effect. Dun, 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 dun. Now, the one thing I have to say while you're going around, I'll talk and then we can talk about some of the stuff, is I, of course, have never seen one of these in person, and you brought it through the door today, and it's fantastic. And I have, admittedly, on the show, claimed to not be a cardboard fan. I don't appreciate the cardboard as much as you do. However, this it might be a game changer for me. This is well done. This is a very good piece. It's got some cool features. I know you're going to talk about it, and I don't want to step on your toes, but what you're looking at right there, that's an actual hallway. So show them one of the entrances, and that's kind of like what you said is like the front of it, right? But look at that. That's so cool. I mean, I'm just dreaming about being an 8 or 9 year old kid and landing my Millennium Falcon right in front of that, and then going through that entire sequence in the movie with my toys, and I'd have to probably throw, I'd have like one stormtrooper. So that guy'd be getting a lot of work done. He'd be going in circles, getting shot, then another, and you have to get back up and be the next stormtrooper. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Chewbacca would just be like a furry, something I had to borrow because I didn't get him. But look at that. That's very cool. Now, are you going to show that feature right now? On the top, are you going to show what's going on there?
Yeah. So I guess I'm kind of on mic here, but it's weird because the cardboard part of it is very well made, and it's pretty, thick cardboard there. So even you can kind of bang it around a little and it's still going to hold up, at least for 40 years it will.
Right.
But this is just kind of odd to me how it's put together. It's supposed to be just this little gunner station, and
yeah, good job, Nick. Good job, Nick.
They just rest in there, right? They don't click in.
The first thing I said, I was like, those are X-wing guns. They even have the holes in them so you can put them on the wings.
Yeah.
Show that. Talk about some good repurposing.
And then this is just a little plastic dish, and you can, it comes out. It's like a little plastic ashtray.
Mind the camera. We can't see what you're doing. There you go.
One thing I liked about this one is that this piece of plastic is pretty clear.
You have a Princess Belle Band-Aid.
I gashed my thumb pretty bad on an oyster a couple days ago.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, that's all. I got a daughter. What do you want me to do? But anyway, this piece of plastic is nice and clear, and oftentimes when you do see them, they can be yellowed.
Yeah.
That's not uncommon, but this was nice and clear. So
Sorry, I'm going to zoom in. Sorry, I don't need my face on there where you're looking at.
Another perk.
Very nice. So move it around. It's just so cool.
If you're off screen.
Hold on. Go ahead. Say something.
Testing 1, 2.
Yeah. 3. Where you're at. I can hear you.
Can they hear you?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe not.
Out.
I'm sorry. I'll add myself to the stream. There we go. Whoops. My bad. Yeah, that's what we need to do. They pulled me out. There we go. I'm back. Okay, keep moving. Very cool.
This is a plastic piece right here. I'll show you what that is here in just a moment.
Right.
But one cool feature can be found down here.
Looks like a trash compactor. They have like an X-Wing in there, or a TIE fighter just getting ready to... Oh, that's cool. Very cool. Show them the other part.
Okay.
And
this is
he just broke it.
this is
The chute.
the chute that'll take you to the.
We should have had a figure. Grab Mrs. Palpatine. Shove her down there real quick. Let's see how it works.
Nah, she didn't even fit.
All right. Well, come on. Let's try. Only Leia can make it in a Wookiee.
But I guess I can rotate this here.
Cool.
Okay.
So we're looking at the trash compactor. We're looking at the third section. It's kind of quartered off. And you have yet another room. Where does that room go into, or that doorway?
I want to.
Oh, you want to point that out? I don't know if they can hear you, Andy, because like you said, off camera. Oh, no, we're all piped in through one of our cameras. We're good.
So right here, it says danger, trash compactor, and then there's something in French right here.
Okay. What does it say?
Broyer a rebuts.
Broyer A. Rebuts. That's how Andy pronounced it. His last name is Lemire, so he's as close to French as we can get.
So this is a clue as to, is it Palitoy or is it Canadian Kenner?
Rick asks if Coors Light is canon. Your beer's in the background. It is now.
It is now.
Thanks, Rick.
There's in the trash compactor.
Yeah, we'll throw it in there.
But anyway, I'll get back to that in just a second.
There's the French part. 12438. 12438. Very cool. Nice little shot of the first level. And then you even have kind of, is that like lift action, elevator action there? No, there's a gap. It doesn't look like you could fit a figure down there. Oh, you sure could. You could drop one right down the top if you wanted to. Gilster's in the chat. Welcome in, Gilster. We're just checking out this Death Star playset Kenner Canadian version. And if you're listening on the pod later on, we're sorry. Go back and watch the YouTube. We'll probably modify this for you a little bit, but it is a very cool thing to see. So if you haven't seen one in person, I recommend you do. Who is that down there?
Death Star.
I can't see. Yeah, his little shadow.
Death Squad Commandos.
Commandos down there. He's watching an X-Wing take out an advanced TIE fighter. Apparently, Vader's out flying.
All right.
Very good. Get back on, Andy.
Okay, so without my headphones here, this little signage is a tip-off to whether or not it's a Canadian Kenner or a UK Palitoy version.
Mm-hmm.
There are two obvious indicators. This one is the most obvious because it can be seen when the set is put together.
Right.
And the French keys you to the Canadian. This is a Canadian Kenner Death Star playset in the style of the Palitoy version.
Right.
Now, talking with Mark, one of the Palaboys, not Shabby Mark, but the other Mark, the one that has one of these, he said that the Canadian Kenner version is a little less common, but does not really affect the price.
I see.
They're pretty similar price wise. It's more about condition than it is it Palitoy or is it Kenner Canadian?
Well, I will say this is in beauty. I mean, I challenge you to find a crease in that cardboard. As a matter of fact, you just transporting it up here gives me like heartburn.
Well, I'm gonna put this down here, Josh.
Okay, yeah, I'll pull it off the screen. Well, why don't you put it down? Yeah, we can let him take a look through there. Look at the stormtroopers charging through. That guy's about to hit his head. The second one back. He's about to bash his head right there.
Actually, I'm gonna put it in the.
We've got John says we need a Tarkin in there, which you know what? I can make that happen. I got Tarkins in spades right now. Tarkin.
All right. The other telltale that this is the Canadian Kenner is that the bottom part that it's all built underneath part is all black. Okay.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing on the bottom of the circle.
Okay.
On the Palitoy version, and this is what I gave you a picture of.
Okay. Let me
wanna-
grab that real quick.
grab
Yeah,
that?
keep talking.
On the bottom of the Palitoy version of this playset is a picture of an X-wing and a TIE fighter.
Well, that's actually a picture that I was commenting on behind the Death Squad trooper.
Yeah, there was something similar to that.
It's identical
on the
That's
screen.
What was happening? Yeah, except for the
and
lineup.
then there's a picture of the first 12 as well. And so this picture that we're putting up on the screen here, if you see that, then it's Palitoy.
Right.
It's UK.
We have an actual Canadian in the room now to verify all of this for us.
Oh, wonderful.
Christopher Lee's here, so he can.
Yes. Hey, Chris.
He probably could pronounce getting the chute, garbage chute, better than you did.
Yeah, even though I do have a strong French-Belgian heritage on my dad's side, I do not speak it very well. And
Well,
truthfully, I hammered it on purpose because it sounds fun.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know if I could have done
So
it
this
any
is the
better.
difference. So the bottom of your version,
Is
which
all-
is the
it's just
Canadian
black.
version, is black.
It's just black.
And then
Yes,
that's-
mine is black. The picture that you see there is Palitoy.
Okay.
So that is one difference, as well as the little French garbage trash compactor in French.
Yeah, in French.
That's the other tip-off that it's the Canadian version.
Very
So
cool.
So yeah, that is. I'm
pretty stoked.
I'm thrilled to have this.
So where are you going to put it in your collection? I mean, are you going to centerpiece this? I know that you've got a room that's kind of, bordered on the walls, and then you have some pieces in the middle on shelves. You have a nice large room where you get to keep all your toys, which is probably a problem. See, my office is
Why is that a problem?
My
Josh?
office is kind of small, so where I keep my stuff, so it can't bulge outwards. I just start saying, okay, I need to pull these out, get rid of them, bring in these items. Whereas you are just like, I don't know, I got to fill it up somehow, and so you just keep getting cool stuff. That's not a problem, I guess. Ooh, I like that one. That's my favorite. Is the little lift with the troopers down below. Don't show them our notes. Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I'm just trying to.
Yeah, Nick says love the artwork. That's the first thing that impressed me is like it's very cool. I mean, if you're a kid, again, your imagination has a ton of help here and you can just kind of go wild.
Well, it's vivid.
Yeah.
None of these images have faded, over time,
Right.
and it's been kept in really good shape, out of moisture. There's no bubbling, there's no creasing.
Well, let me say this too. Out of the difference between the US version, which was that wedge, right? The wedge
the plastic tower
is that doesn't, to me, without someone telling me, and without inspection, that doesn't look like a Death Star to me. This completely, it's dome shaped. It's a Death Star playset. To the US version is like, oh, I'm getting some weird component of the Death Star and they mounted a gun on top. I think I almost feel like
if you put 6 of them together, they would make a circle.
maybe, right? Right. Yeah. Good luck getting your parents to do that for you. But you'd also have 6 trash compactors. I mean, we don't need all that. All
No,
right? We're not producing enough garbage in the upper 3 levels.
No,
This is not worth
it's
it.
wasteful.
It's waste. It's too much waste management.
Waste less.
Yeah. Yeah. So very, very cool. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, totally thrilled. Totally thrilled to have this in the condition that it's in.
Yeah.
And like I said, everything down to like I kind of prefer having the Canadian one, not just because it happens to be the one that I own, but I do like the little French on it. I do, if there's going to be an image on the part that is never going to be seen, then I don't care to have it.
Right.
I mean, not that it would be cool to have. I mean, it is
Well,
a
you
cool
could
image.
put it on the bottom, and then you'd have to suspend it and spin it around.
Or put it on a glass table
Yeah.
that you can
perfect.
walk under.
You got the room.
The glass bottom boat, that whole idea. But anyway, yeah, everything down to the clear gunner window.
Yeah.
That was in really good shape. So Anyway,
Well, most impressive. Nice work.
well, thank you.
It's a good purchase, a good use of random GI Joe funds.
Yeah, and and talking with Mark about it, I learned a couple things, and that to me is a valuable part of it as well, because now I'm informed. Now I just don't have this cool thing. Now I know
Sure.
about it a little bit, and I can tell the difference between this and that.
Well, and that's the best part about our little community. And if you're in the room, you're a BMBer, which stands for Blue Milk Brigade. That's our collector call sign right there. So, and actually tonight we vintaged up and put the BMB logo up in the upper right-hand corner,
right,
which is quite obviously the order of the Blue Milk Brigade.
yeah, and it's on our headphones too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And if you've ever noticed, that's an Easter egg. We call those Easter egg right there.
Easter eggs.
Cool.
Couldn't help it.
Oh man, that's great. So, all right. Well, do we have anything else? I know we just have a few announcements, and then what else do you got for us there, Andy?
Nothing other than we've got one more really cool toy feature for next week.
Yeah.
But that's just to tease next week as well. We had the Battle Wagon, now we had the Death Star, and we've got something else next week that's pretty cool.
I will say this: we've also got some exclusive stuff that we're getting ready to do, which is Patreon exclusive. We might release it later in its video form, but most likely it'll be live on Patreon. So we're excited about that. On the Holochronicles side, we've got some exciting ideas that we're fleshing out.
Yes.
We're super stoked about this. It's going to be a departure from what you guys are used to from us, kind of, Andy and I sitting in a room talking about toys, and maybe a little more. I might be telling too much right now because it's going to be a while out, but maybe a little more produced than anything else we've put together. But very exciting. Like, I'm stoked about it. As a matter of fact, it's something that we might even be starting on tomorrow. But give us a few weeks after that. But I think you guys are truly, if you're in the room with us right now, you're collectors, you appreciate toys in some way, Star Wars toys especially, and just stay tuned. I think it's something that you guys would absolutely love. Okay?
Yeah, totally.
We're going to love it. And then if we change gears and go over to the Beyond the Blast Doors network side, we've got an exciting announcement that we hope you all saw already, which is our Podathon.
September 5th, which is a Saturday,
which we're going to go all six shows combining their forces for 12 hours. Now, not all at the same time. We're all going to go different time slots.
The schedule is still getting, the details of the schedule are still getting worked out.
Yeah.
And we're not even, it's not like even all 6 shows are doing 2 hour slots.
Yeah, right.
It's, all of our shows will be represented. Not all of them are going to be represented twice in that 12-hour slot. We might possibly have some guests that will join us. We are going to debut a new Beyond the Blast Doors Network show. We're going to premiere it.
Right.
And what's the name of that show, Josh?
Bounty Hunters.
Bounty Hunters.
Oh, it's so exciting. It's practically us, but we're throwing in some other network compatriots that are as passionate as we are about toys. They just didn't make their pod about it directly. And
suckers.
So they were like, well, can we do this? And we're like, absolutely. So it's going to be, we're crossing some lines, some streams here, but it's going to be very fun. And of course, we're fleshing that out as we
Rick
speak.
says 9 hours of Bombad cast.
Which I thought was funny because that's just a normal pod for them. What are you talking about?
We call that Saturday.
Saturday, yeah.
That's funny. Matt asks, is Josh Most Coast to Coast dropping?
It's not, but I'll tell you what, there are things in the works for that too. Which
wheels are in motion.
Yeah, I like that Matt is the only one who's still on the
picking up steam.
We also had a name change for that. It's going to be Josh Most Star Wars Coast to Coast. Makes sense, right? Otherwise, you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I probably just I'll do a show about aliens or something. Not the Star Wars aliens, just our aliens.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you know. So September 5th, all day long, Pacific Coast time, it's going to be 9 in the morning to 9 in the evening.
they tailored it for us. I mean, we got to get our rest.
Yeah. Well, actually, that isn't even 100% yet. So as soon as we get the schedule nailed down 100%, we'll send it out to our patrons. Then we'll put it up and we'll post it and blast it on Twitter. And I know it's a big ask to join us for 12 hours straight.
Right.
But jump in once you see the schedule. Pick a couple of things that you want to be at.
It's like picking, college courses. You're just going to pick the ones you want to show up to class for.
Exactly.
And, the rest you can skip. Don't skip ours.
And then
Do not skip ours.
The best part about all of it is that, just like a good old-fashioned Jerry Lewis telethon for Jerry's kids, our Podathon is going to support Make-A-Wish Foundation. You'll have opportunities to make donations if you would like, no pressure. But all of that, we have a goal that we're going to try and get $500 raised during that Podathon. And
I think we can blow that out of the water. And what I like the most about it is not only, is it supporting an amazing organization, which we've all grown up with and understood what they do for children, but it's also kind of during this kind of difficult, I bet it's more difficult to make a wish happen right now than it's ever been. Yeah. You can't send a kid to Disneyland, right? Maybe Disney World, probably not the best for somebody
immunocompromised
it's somebody
child,
that's health, challenged right now. So let's, just support that. I know there's a lot of things going on in the world, and we're just asking for a couple bucks for the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Yep.
And it's a
great
cause.
If you can.
Yeah.
I would be remiss if I didn't share that on Around the Galaxy podcast this week, Robbie Fox from Barstool Sports is joining Pete, and he's a young guy, 22, loves Star Wars, and should be a real fun interview. Shannon has her next video in her series of The Moment Star Wars Spoke to Me, which debuts on Wednesday.
Yep.
And should be very good.
Yep. They're always very good.
Thursday, David will be live on Beyond the Blast Doors Live.
He's going to have like a generator or something going on.
It might be a little noisy. He might be doing it from his garage, or maybe 2 towns over where there's some power, but it's going to happen. Natural disasters permitting. I don't know if there's a streaming this week. I'm not sure. Bombad's got a guest on. Oh, David has a guest on Thursday night.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun week for the network.
Yeah.
So catch them when you can. Now, I will say this. It is odd. I feel very weird right now, Andy. We've gone
more than usual.
Yeah. We have gone the full pod. We're almost done. We're trying to wrap up, but is there anything we can talk about in Star Wars news? Is there anything? How about the chat? The chat's talking right now, but while they catch up, because they're about 10 or 15 behind seconds, because we're almost at a minute here, which how Andy would put it,
just under,
which is an hour.
Yeah.
So there's no news. I mean, you and I never really jumped on the what were some of the bandwagons that were going around? The Boba Fett helmet and the picture with the the composer.
The Ludwig.
Yeah, I mean, we never jumped on that. I don't have too many thoughts on that. To me, it's just Photoshop does wonders. So.
Yeah, there was a Star Wars comic that came out within the last week.
I'm not
was
interested in that.
It was a little, controversial. It was controversial.
I think that was well addressed. I think if from a certain point of view, it was perfectly addressed on Shannon's pod. So go check that out. Go listen to it. If you're concerned about that in any way, last week's pod was perfectly said from one point of view. There's others that disagree with it. We don't like to get in there. I don't read comics. I want to also keep my Star Wars image pristine, so I'll avoid.
I mean, it's pretty sharp right now. Gilster asked about Friday night trivia. That was pretty fun.
Very fun.
I
will say, kind of taking a page out of our book. I mean, because right behind you've got a stack of Trivial Pursuit circa 1995 or something. We looked it up once, 97 or 95.
Let's do one
Let's do one really quick. All right. Hold on. Do we want to do it for the chat?
I'll give a moment of pause.
You need to give 15 seconds.
15 seconds. And then I'll let you answer.
Okay.
And don't look at that.
Oh, wait. All right. All right. So I'm not looking at the chat here. I'll actually go to another screen. All right. I'm going back to I'm looking now at beyondtheblastdoors.com.
Yeah. Gilster, David does have power back. So,
Oh, thank God.
So he does. Okay.
Thank the Maker.
Thank the Maker. Whose words of wisdom, when confronted by an impenetrable blast door, were, I don't think they're going to let us in?
Huh. I got to be honest.
I'll give you a second.
I know I'm given some time for that answer to simmer into the chat, but
I deliberately didn't say it in the voice either, because the voice would have given it away.
An impenetrable blast door. I'm not looking at the chat. You may call out someone's name if they get it before I do, but don't say the answer. I don't think they're going to let us in.
All right.
Wait.
I will say.
I got it.
Someone in the chat did get it.
I got it. It took me a second because I was on original trilogy trying to going through the movies, and then I went prequels, and I'm gonna. Can I answer?
You may.
Young Obi-Wan Kenobi.
False.
Dang,
incorrect.
It's Qui-Gon?
Nope, it's C-3PO.
Oh shit.
Mark, Shabby Geek.
I thought it
on
was
the board.
I thought it was when in Phantom Menace when they came and they put the sabers through the door. I thought for sure I had it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the music swells.
That sounds like an Obi-Wan-esque,
yeah,
an Obi-Wan-esque comment.
I don't think they're going to let us in. No, but it's more like,
but that's very close to.
I don't think they're going to let us in.
But hold on, Ewan McGregor. I don't think they're going to let us in. See, it's I mean, yeah. All right, Mark. All right, I'm going back to the chat so I can get ridiculed.
What type of vessel was an ST-321? This will really test your knowledge on blueprint and ship specs.
An ST-321?
Yep.
Obviously.
ST-321.
That's a tough one, dude.
It is.
I have no freaking idea. This is a guess. I'll let the chat catch up. I'm still not looking.
Here's your hint, Josh.
Oh, I get one hint. Thank you.
It's one of your favorites.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
I just probably don't have it.
What type of vessel was an ST-321?
ST stands for? Does it stand for Star Transport or Senator Transport? No. Is it the Imperial Shuttle?
Correct. It is.
Thank God. Thanks for the hint.
Cam says it's pronounced 321.
I get it. Yeah. I get it.
Yes,
Thanks, Cam.
Yeah, Gilster.
So a little taste of what we're probably going to give you, some circa 1990s trivia from the Trivial Pursuit game. We'll give them one more, and then we'll close it out. Thank you, Andy, for allowing me to talk about Star Wars and to look like an idiot. I appreciate it. All right, next, I'm going off the chat. Got one for me?
Mm-hmm.
Is it brutal?
What had Han just become a member of when he sarcastically noted, just what I've always wanted?
The Rebel Alliance? No, he had just become a member of the team to go to Endor. No, I don't know.
Shabby Mark says the Imperial Shuttle is also his favorite.
Oh, thanks, Shabby.
Yeah. You guys get along famously.
I love that thing.
You should be on a pod together.
I love it. I love it in the movies as a kid. For some reason, those wings. And by the way, when they did that with Mandalorian, where is that ship in toy form? That TIE fighter.
It'll come.
Oh, see, there's something about articulating wings that just makes sense. Well, my motion is for the shuttle.
You're doing Angels in the Outfield.
Right, thank you. Is it on screen? I forgot I'm on screen because I'm not looking at the screen, so now I'm doing all this weird crap. All right.
Yes.
Tell me the
Okay,
answer.
so a number of people in the chat got this right. John, Mark, Rez, Rick, Nick. It's when Han became a member of the Ewok tribe. Just what I've always wanted.
There it is.
Yes.
I was close.
Yeah.
I said Endor. It's time for me to go back and watch the movies.
Ah, nuts.
Bummer.
Gotta watch the movies.
Maybe we'll do it together as a Patreon exclusive.
All right. Well, hey, we got 12 in the chat. Thanks for the YMCA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We got 12 in the chat right now. Thanks for joining us. And if you're catching us on the rewind, it's been a pleasure. keep an eye out for some great content from the network this week. And as soon as we get that schedule up for the Podathon on September 5th, we will get that out to you so you can enjoy the fun with us, because it's going to be a fun day. For us, it's going to be a long day.
Sure.
But it's going to be a fun day, and it's going to be worthwhile.
We're only at an hour, and I'm sweating it up down here, so we're going to have to install.
We're at 55 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fudge, man?
Yeah, that's great.
Um,
I'm sorry. No minute 20. All right, let's wrap this up. Thank you so much in the chat for joining us. We had I think a record number of people that stayed in the chat, so that's fun.
Yeah.
Make sure you like and subscribe Beyond the Blast Doors Network and the Holo Chronicles wherever you find our like button for us. It really does help us out a ton. Go review. Who was that? Who we got to call him out right now?
It was Nick. And
I know it was
Nick. Who's the other one?
Just the best review on Apple Podcasts. It was awesome. It was awesome.
Totally.
It was inside jokey. So we appreciate the heck out of that. Even if you just go and say, great show, like listening, or good enough for me to hang around for an hour, whatever, 5 stars.
It didn't make my ears bleed.
Here's our issue. So as we go for goals here, this is what drives me crazy, because we put a lot of time into this. All right. And that's great. And you would too. And some of you do. But when you type Star Wars into Apple Podcasts, our podcast doesn't come up yet. And there's a ton of, but not a ton. There's like a third of the podcasts that do come up that haven't put a show out
In a
long time. So it's like, I don't know what algorithm they're using, and it probably has something to do with the likes and reviews, but it drives me crazy, because all I want is for someone to type in Star Wars and have the option to listen to us.
Yeah.
Just like you, and I think there's a lot of people like you out there that would listen to us, and there's a lot of people that wouldn't. I just want them to have the option. There's a lot more that wouldn't. So yeah, I just want them to have the option.
I think what Josh is trying to say is that we would like to give everybody the opportunity to say no.
Right. Thanks, Rick. May the force be with you too. But yes, just say no, or just say the 5 stars and tolerable. Just the comment tolerable would be just. Yeah. Don't do that. I mean, one of you guys do it. It'd be funny. But other than that, the rest of you just say, yeah, it would be great.
All right. Well, that wraps up episode 49. Thank you I got it, Josh. Yeah.
Gosh,
thank you for watching and listening, liking, commenting, and subscribing. We will talk to you soon. And always remember to go play with your toys.
Mm-hmm.